Chapter 5 Fractions, Exercise 5b. Now in exercise 5b you will come across the various kinds and the types of fractions. As you can see right in front of you, I have written three kinds of fractions. First one is proper, second one is improper, and the third one is mixed fraction. Proper fractions are those fractions in which you will see that numerator is less than the denominator. Any fraction in which the numerator is less than the denominator is called a proper fraction. Improper fraction, numerator is always more than the denominator. In any case, if you find a fraction in which the numerator is greater and the denominator is smaller, then it will be termed as improper fraction. Mixed fraction, you will see that mixed fraction has two parts. First part, you will see it has a number, and second part you will see it has a fraction also. Okay, so this part is called the integral part and this part is called the fractional part. Okay, so mixed fraction is a combination of a whole number plus a proper fraction. Now we should also know how to convert a mixed fraction into an improper fraction or a simple fraction. Okay, and then I'll tell you why it is called improper fraction. We have already done the conversion. Let's quickly revise. Suppose this is the fraction, mixed fraction, and I want to convert it into a simple normal fraction. So what I'll do, what is the procedure? First we multiply these two. Whatever is the answer, we add the numerator. Okay, for example, if I want to change this, first I'll multiply 5 into 3 is how much? 15. Okay, first I'll multiply these two and then I'll do what? I'll do the addition of this top number, and what comes in the denominator, whatever is written here, you'll write the same here. So 5 into 3 is 15 and 15 plus 3 is what? 18. So the fraction is 18 upon 5. Why it is called mixed fraction? Why we call it that we change the mixed fraction into improper fraction? Because whenever we get the answer of mixed fraction, you will see that numerator is always greater than the denominator, and when the numerator is greater than denominator, what is the condition? It is called the improper fraction. Understood everyone? So remember, a mixed fraction can be changed into improper fraction and only an improper fraction can be changed into the mixed fraction. Is it clear? Let me prove this point. A mixed fraction can be changed into improper fraction. I have already showed you here. When I am changing this mixed fraction, what is the answer coming? 18 upon 5, which is an improper fraction. And now let me tell you how an improper fraction can be changed into a mixed fraction. Let me take one more example of this mixed fraction. Suppose my fraction now, mixed fraction now is, let me take one more example. Okay, if I want to change this into a simple or an improper, now in an improper fraction. So what I'll do, 3 into 7. First I'll write the denominator. Denominator remains the same. First I'll multiply these two. 3 into 7 plus 4. Okay, I know 7 3s are 3, 7 it's what? 21, and 21 plus 4 is what? 25. So 25 upon 7 is your answer. So can you see what fraction I am getting? A fraction in which the numerator is greater than the denominator. When the numerator is greater than the denominator, it is termed to be what? Improper fraction. Now let me do what? Improper fraction, I'll change it into mixed fraction. Okay, I have written something here. If you can see, I have made arrows on both the sides. That means it can be changed into this and it can be changed into this. Now these are the examples of my improper fraction. Let me first take this 11 upon 15. How you will change a improper fraction? How you will change an improper fraction into a mixed fraction? What you will do, you have to divide. Okay, you will go to the rough column and you have to divide this way. 11 you will write inside and 5 will come outside. Okay, I know 11 will go how many times? 2 times. Okay, and what will be the number here? 1. Remainder is what? 1. So what will be the fraction? How we form the mixed fraction? First we will start from here. First we take this quotient. Quotient comes here. Then we take the remainder on the top and this comes down. The cycle goes this way. Clockwise it goes and we start from the quotient. Now I'll take few examples from the exercise so that it becomes easy for me to cover the chapter instead of taking a lot of time. I'll cover it in few minutes. Which of the following are the proper fractions? We know proper fractions are those in which the numerator is less than the denominator. So let's see, numerator is less than denominator. 1 upon 2 is the proper fraction, 3 upon 5 is the proper fraction, but 10 upon 7 is not the proper fraction. So this is how you will see the fractions. Improper fractions, we have to tell which one is the improper fraction. Remember, the numerator should be greater. If the numerator is greater, if you see this one, 9 is greater, here 3 is greater, so all these are termed as what? These are termed to be improper fractions. Now you have to write improper fractions with denominator 5. You will put 5 in the denominator. If you see in an improper fraction, first you need to have the definition in your brain. Improper are which one? Numerator is greater than the denominator. Okay, and they are saying it should have what? 6 improper fraction with denominator 5. 5, 5, 5, 5, 5. This way you will write 5 how many times? 6, because they want 6 improper fraction, and numerator should be greater than denominator. So any number of your choice. These are my choice. So these are my improper fractions. Is it clear? Same way, now you have to give 6 improper fraction with numerator 13. Okay, now we have to make the numerator 13. Okay, we all know that improper fractions are those fractions in which numerator is greater than the denominator. So numerator has to be what we have to keep in mind, that numerator is greater or not. So whatever numbers I'll take in the denominator, I'll make sure that they are less than 13. So I'll take here 12, I'll take here 11, 10, 9, 8 and 7. So if you notice, all the denominators here, 13 is greater, 13 is greater, 13 is greater. And what is the improper what is an improper fraction? Improper fraction are the ones in which the numerator is greater than the denominator. So if you see here also, I have designed in such a way that numerators are greater. Here also I have designed in such a way that numerators are greater. Convert each of the following into an improper fraction. Question number 5. Let me take third example, 6 3 upon 10. Okay, I have to change this. So what's the correct way of writing? First we write 10 in the denominator. Then we have to multiply this 6 and 10. So when we are writing it in maths, we have to always write this number first and then this number, and then we add this. So that sometimes what happens, we forget. So just write like this also here, so that you do not make any mistake. 6 into 10 is 60. 60 plus 3 is what? 63 upon 10. Okay. Same way you can do other parts also here. Suppose if you take this number, 8th part, this is 51 2 upon 3. If it is greater, some numbers like this is coming, and you do not know the table. So what you can do, you can go to the rough column. Here you can make a rough column, 51 into 3. You can multiply in the rough column, and those who are good at multiplying, they can do it directly here. Okay, 3 1s are 3 and 3 5s are 15. So 15, 1 5 3 plus 2. So 1 5 5 upon 3. Is it clear? Question number 6, convert them into mixed fraction. Okay, 9, I have to convert them into mixed fraction. So let's take the example, this 81 upon 11. Only conversion possible is when you have to only when you can divide. When you divide, the conversion is possible. 81 11. 81 doesn't go, but it goes how many times? 7 times. 77 will come. Okay, and what's the remainder? 4. I cannot further divide it. So I cannot further divide it. So now I'll write this into mixed fraction. I'll start from the question. Question will be kept here. Then I'll go to the remainder. Remainder will come on the top, and 11 will come down. Remember, denominator everywhere will be one and the same. Understood? Same way you can do other parts also. I know it's very easy because we have done it in previous class. Fill up the blanks with greater, smaller or equals to sign. Here 1 upon 2 or 1. Which one is greater? The number is greater. Here also 1 is greater. Here 1 is greater. Now in this one, 6 upon 6. 6 upon 6 and 1. Both are equals to, because 6 upon 6 can be cancelled and it can become what? 1 upon 1. So 1 and 1 is equals to. Okay, same way here also 3016, 3060. It can be cancelled with its own table and the answer will come here what? 1. So it will have what? Equals to sign. 11 by 15, 11 by 5 and this is 1. So which one is greater? One number is greater. If I now 11 by 5 and this one is what? 1. 11 by 5, if I show you this one, what will happen? 11 by 5. Okay, it is what? Yes or no? Which one is greater? You only tell. This is a number. Let's see just the number here. 2 number is here and 1 number is here. So which one is greater? This number is greater. Question number 8, we have to represent these fractions on the number line. If we see all the fractions have same denominators leaving this one. Why here it is written 1 upon 2? Because according to the calculation, according to the logics, here what should come? 2 upon 4. Here what should come? 2 upon 4. But here what's written? 1 upon 2. Why 1 upon 2 is written? Because 2 upon 4 can be cancelled by 2's table and the answer will be 1 upon 2. So whether you write 1 upon 2 or whether you write 2 upon 4, it's one and the same thing. They have written 1 upon 2 in order to confuse you all. Now we have to show these fractions on the number line. So we'll draw a straight line of any measurement and we'll mark 2 points on that line. The 2 points can be A and B. Now we will divide this part into 4 equal parts. Okay. See, 1, 2, 3, 4. It has been divided into 4 equal parts. Now I will mark these fractions on the number line. So this will be 1 upon 4. This point will be 1 upon 4. This point will be 1 upon 2. This point will be 3 upon 4. And this point will be 4 upon 4. Same way we will do this part also. The third part we have to represent it on the number line. So we'll draw a straight line of our choice, okay, of any measurement and we'll mark 2 points. Now let me mark 2 points P and Q. And I'll divide into 5 equal parts. So let's divide it. And let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It has been divided into 5 equal parts and let's mark the fractions. So this is 1 upon 5, but we do not have to show 1 upon 5, we have to show 2 upon 5. So 2 upon 5 will be this one, 2 upon 5, then 3 upon 5 and 4 upon 5, and this will be marked as 5 upon 5. Okay, and 5 upon 5 is what? 1. That means this Q represents the number 1 because Q will be what? 5 upon 5, and 5 upon 5 will be cancelled by 5's table and the answer will be 1. So this is what? 1. Now we have to represent 8 upon 5. So 8 upon 5, if we change it into mixed fraction, let us see what it is. Mixed fraction, if we change, it is 1 part and उसका आगे का कितना है? 3/5 हिस्सा. Okay, so now we have to show 1 3 upon 5 instead of showing 8 upon 5. We'll change it into mixed fraction and now we have to show 1 3 upon 5 on the number line. That means this 1 के बाद का कितना हिस्सा और लेना है? 3/5. So after this 1 point we'll extend our line further. Okay, and we'll draw how many parts more? In order to show 3 upon 5, मतलब 5 में से कितने parts colored है? 3. So we will show 3 more parts. Okay. For this what I'll do? I'll draw more parts. This is the first part, second part, and third part. After this first point, I'll draw 3 more parts. And 3 upon 5 will come here. 1 is this one. Okay, we have calculated first part is coming here and first part के बाद हमें कितना और दिखाना है? 3/5 हिस्सा. तो 3/5 के लिए what we will do? We will further extend that line and we will divide that line into further 3 parts, and on the third part after 1 we will write 1 3 upon 5, or you can also write here 8 upon 5. So this is your answer. So do the second part of this question and the other remaining questions you have to do, and you can ask your doubts anytime between 3 to 4 p.m.